Muy buenas a todos, gamers. Aquí estoy de nuevo después de 5 meses sin jugar al Genshin. Se dice rápido. 5 meses. Y bueno, hace poco que lo retomé y he avanzado bastante, ¿vale? Ya estoy en Fontaine, como están mirando aquí. Me faltan cosas por desbloquear, obviamente. Por ejemplo, aquí tienen una estatua de los 7 que no he tocado todavía. En fin, lo dicho, me estoy poniendo al día, básicamente, y nada, también pues comentar brevemente que también tengo desbloqueado esto, he hecho la historia, el desierto también, Sumero y demás. Honestamente, no recuerdo lo último que les conté sobre Genshin, porque bueno, estoy un poco, digamos, agotada del tema de Genshin Impact. Alguna que otra vez he mencionado que, aunque es un juego que tiene muchísimo potencial, sí que es verdad que, honestamente, me fastidia lo mucho que están estirando todo, demasiados personajes, demasiadas subtramas, paja, básicamente, narrativa, y no se centran tanto en lo que es la historia principal de los hermanos, ¿vale? Entonces, bueno, le cogí un poco de tirria, desaparecí 5 meses y dije, ¿para qué? Y bueno, recientemente toqué, pues me dio la venada y toqué Fontaine, aunque voy a hacer una mención especial a mi mejor amiga que ha estado insistiendo mucho para que vuelva. Eso no quiere decir que vuelva de manera indefinida, porque, pues, ¿por qué no? Porque la evidencia está bastante clara, obviamente, valga la redundancia, pero por lo menos estoy volviendo a tocar un poquito. Y bueno, pues voy a traer pues distintas historias, ¿vale? Ya he hecho la misión principal de Fontaine, que me quedé absolutamente loca con la historia del Arconte Hidro. No voy a entrar en detalle por si alguien esporádicamente vea este vídeo y no haya ido a Fontaine, pues no le quiero destripar, ¿no? Pero me quedé asombrada con el plot twist, con el giro de la historia del Arconte Hidro, de Furina, de Neuvillete, que es el juez supremo, y bueno, todo lo que tiene que ver con la historia de Fontaine, su profecía y tal. Esto no es que sea spoiler, esto sí se mencionó, pero bueno, todo lo que tiene que ver con este misterio, flipas, sobre todo la segunda mitad de la historia. Es una locura, de hecho, te digo, me quedé loca y me emocioné y todo. Así que bueno, bastante top en ese sentido, muy bien. Y nada, ahora básicamente pues toca explorar y seguir viendo pues todo, ¿no? En principio mi idea es hacer pues las misiones que me quedan de los personajes. Tengo la de Neuvillete, la del duque de Fuerte Merópide y de la propia Furina, que es la segunda parte, ¿vale? Lo que es fuera de la misión principal de los arcontes, ¿vale? Sé que hay una anterior, bueno, o sea, ustedes saben que hay una anterior, que es la de Linney, el mago que conocimos según llegamos al puerto de Fontaine, pero claro, al estar mucho tiempo sin jugar y tal, pues me encontré que haciendo la principal de los arcontes y alguna misión de mundo, se me mezclaron todas y se me activó la de Linney. En fin, tuve que hacer un tejemaneje extraño para poder terminar la principal, terminar la de Linney a la fuerza, que tenía pensado subirla, pero no pude porque se me enredó, lo dicho, con la misión de mundo y tal y cual, que tiene que ver sobre todo con el personaje de Charlotte, que es la reportera periodista de Fontaine. Así que bueno, básicamente, en resumen, no pude grabar mis comentarios, mis cosas, mi gameplay con respecto a esto. Pero bueno, sí puedo hacer tanto Neuvillete como el Duque y Furina. Hoy vamos a hacer Neuvillete, ¿vale? Es mi idea en este gameplay, hacer la historia de Neuvillete. Espero terminarla entera y poder pues subirla, básicamente. Así que bueno, le vamos a dar, vamos a aceptarla. Y vamos a ello, vamos al Palacio Mermonia, al despacho del señor Neuvillete, que por cierto, amo a este personaje, me encanta, es maravilloso. Y su historia también dentro de lo que es la misión principal de Fontaine, me gustó mucho, me enamoré de él, así que si ya de por sí me encantó él como personaje, como juez y cómo interactuamos con él a lo largo de la historia, pues no me quiero imaginar su propia historia. Y bueno, también el papel importantísimo que tiene Neuvillete en la historia es una pasada, o sea, es una pasada increíble. Sus poderes, como él es clave para todo, es una pasada. Y sí, bueno, hay unas cinemáticas, bueno, lo dicho, es una locura en ese sentido. Y bueno, también comentar muy brevemente antes de hablar con Neuvillete, Fontaine me parece preciosa. La verdad que está muy currado todo lo que es el puerto, la corte, la ciudad y bueno, también la experiencia de nadar bajo el agua está muy lograda. En ese sentido, mis felicitaciones a Hoyoverse, a la compañía por su trabajo. Así que genial. Vamos allá. ¿Qué están haciendo? A ver.
Thank you for your concern, but I currently have no such plans. Oh, apologies.
Por cierto, sobra decir con mi admiración por Neuvillete que como no pude llegar al gacha de él, por desgracia, hasta que no aparezca Neuvillete no pienso tirar por ningún otro personaje. Voy a ahorrar protos como si no hubieran mañana.
So, what is it exactly?
A Melusine named Kiara received a threat letter.
And then?
That is all the information I have acquired.
Okay.
I have no idea why you're so... I've checked the schedule in advance and it seems like there aren't any trials to...
Thank you for understanding.
Vale. Okay.
Judging from Sadine's reaction, it must be pretty rare for you to investigate stuff personally. What's so special about this case?
I cannot tell you just yet, but it reminded me of certain past events.
Algo que ocurrió en
There
el
could be
pasado.
complicated conflicts of interest behind all this, so I must eliminate all risks.
Come on, stop being so secretive!
¿A qué viene tanto secretismo?
It is not my intention to keep you in the dark, but I need some time to revisit those memories and collect my thoughts.
¿Qué pasa, Neuvillete? ¿Qué pasa? Cuéntame.
Long story short, a little more than 400 years ago, I became the Juez of Fontaine and initiated a series. There were few people I could trust, but I had two subordinates who were exceptionally trustworthy and capable. Carol, a Melusine, and Vautrin, leader of the special security.
They must have been amazing people to receive such high...
Indeed. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to protect them. The reforms damaged the interests of some, and the more conservative faction took advantage of Carol's identity to instigate political unrest. Ultimately, the incident resulted in Carol taking her own life
¡Ostras!
and Vautrin being exiled.
No.
From then on, I've been especially careful when dealing with cases related to Melusine. All Melusines used to live a secluded life away from human society. I granted their wishes when some of them, including
Es curioso
Carol,
esto de las melusinas,
asked
la
me to
verdad.
bring them to the court of Fontaine. Many common folk believe that I share a special bond with the Melusines, and whatever they do can... Some of them, especially those who hold a grudge against me, exploit that belief and stir up conflict over Melusines in an attempt. I have nothing against the opinions of others, but the moment a whirlpool of conspiracy forms, it inevitably affects the innocent. It has already happened once, and I want to
Even so, why do you have to be... There's the guards, the Marechaussee Phantom, and the special security...
Based on prior experience, there is a high chance that those who hold hostility... The political system of Fontaine is relatively complex and involves the interests of multiple However, since I am technically an outsider in Fontaine...
Outsider? But aren't you the Chief Justice of Fontaine?
I understand where you are coming from, but there is not necessarily a connection between my response... You know very well about my true identity, and have even met others. Even though I was born with a human form, there is a fundamental... Taking on the role of Chief Justice does not make me a part of this community. In fact, I have lived in Fontaine for a long time, but I do not belong here.
Claro.
That is why I call myself an...
Yeah, we have nothing to do with all those organized... Let's team up and round up all the bad guys lurking in the...
Buen plan, sin fisura.
That does not sound like a bad idea. I rarely investigate cases on my own.
Paimon's starting to get a little...
Let us go. We should visit Kiara first and try to gain a better...
Muy bien. Vamos allá. Toca hacer detective.
So Neuvillete feels like he doesn't truly belong here in Fontaine,
Claro.
but... Is that... Paimon feels like he has a kinda skewed...
Es normal, mi niña, es normal. Cicatrices del pasado.
Paimon's been thinking. You called yourself a fish out of water, right? But since you're the Hydro Dragon, would a dragon out of water suit you better?
Thank you for your suggestion. I will consider using the more accurate term in private occasions. Please allow me to rephrase. Has a dragon out of water?
Ugh. That sounds kind of weird. Let's stick with the previous version instead.
I never thought I'd see him here. Does anyone have...
The weather's amazing.
Kiara,
Monsieur Neuvillete! And oh, I remember! You're the traveler and Aw, she's adorable! Hey there, it's nice to... Thanks for the compliment.
I heard from Sidine that you received a threat.
A threatening letter. The letter fell through the crack in my door as I was heading out this morning. But Sidine told me it was a threatening letter, and that I could be in danger.
Have you run into any suspicious-looking people?
Suspicious-looking people? What counts as suspicious? Ah! Did you think of... Nope. I don't remember meeting anyone like that.
Do you still have the letter with you?
Oh, let's see. Found it.
Now then, get lost. If you don't leave the Maréchaussée Phantom, I will come and catch you in person. Simple threat. Neither the handwriting nor the content itself reveals. We can't rule out that possibility. Since you can't think of anyone suspicious, I will be heading back. Kiara, you should come with us.
Sure. Wait, no. I still have a case to work on.
But you are being watched right now. Go.
And that's where we come in to help. We'll stay with Kiara and make sure she's safe.
Guardaespaldas oficiales.
That's around anyone's... Thank you, traveler.
Hermanita, qué mona.
Oh,
All right, let us go our separate ways.
we'll take her to a lost place right away.
Muy bien.
So, Kiara, how old are you? Let me think. 1, 2, 10? I can't remember. But I remember coming to the court of Fontaine with Carol and Neuvillete.
Mínimo tiene 400 años. Mínimo.
Carol? Didn't Neuvillete mention her just now? That was more than 400 years ago. Why would Paimon be a big sister to you? My memory isn't that good. But Carol told me I could address others based on how I feel about them.
Ay, qué mona.
Paimon feels a lot more grown up than me, so you're a big sis. Huh, Paimon sees. Hey, traveler, did you hear that? Strange. Paimon felt like Olaf!
Kiara, you're here. Huh? Wait, aren't these two...
Oh, they're the traveler and Big Sis Paimon.
I thought so. What brings you here? All right. Guess I shouldn't have...
May I begin inspecting the...
Of course.
No hazards detected. You've cleared the inspection. That was quick. What were you inspecting? I took a look around the shop. Neuvillete says that us Melazines have special things like bloodstains. No matter how hard you try to clean them up,
All right. Now that you're done, hear me out. I'm planning to release an outfit.
Of course! Is there anything I need?
Please wait a moment while I take your measurements. This
Seems like they get along really well,
Interesante.
huh? What are you looking at? Is there really someone watching us? Shh! Strange.
Charlotte.
Gotcha!
¿Qué haces aquí?
Charlotte, what did... Oh, wait, don't tell Paimon you're the one... Threat letter? This is starting to feel like an interrogation. Okay. You want to interview him? That's right.
Charlotte y su olfato periodístico.
But it's not an easy task to accomplish. The Palais So imagine how surprised I was seeing him out on the streets today. It seemed like you were investigating something too. Of course, I'll make sure to turn in my manuscript to him for review. I have my principles, and I'd never publish an article without the consent of all parties involved. Yeah, we're doing a secret investigation that can't... I see. Well, if you say so. In exchange, could you tell me what the threat letter is about? All right. What? Shh, not so loud. It just so happens that I did an interview with Kiara. Last month, in fact. I'll ask my colleagues about it. Who knows? We might find something. But I gotta warn you, even if I keep my lips sealed... Why? People care a great deal about Monsieur Neuvillette's each and every move. Some may have already realized. Anyway, I'll get going now.
Vaya, vaya.
Well, that was a nice chat.
Clorinde.
What do you think? The design looks pretty.
I think it's great!
Huh. It's very pretty.
Haran! What are you doing here? It seems that you just showed up out of nowhere.
As I passed by the Palais Mermonia, I heard that Neuvillete, technically speaking, he and I are under an employer-employee relation. I happen to have some time at the moment, and came to take a look.
Neuvillette.
Leave this to me. You should go meet up with Neuvillete.
Okay then, we'll leave Kiara in your hands.
Relevo. Vamos allá. A ver si has descubierto algo, Neuvillete.
Oh, you're back. Is everything all right?
Yep.
We ran into Cloran. She had...
That is good to hear. I trust her abilities.
We thought so too.
I've been looking over the case records, specifically inspection reports submitted by... I've come up with two plans. On one hand, I could start with Kiara and try... On the other, I could also analyze the conflicting interests of these major cases and confirm my suspicions if...
They both sound like...
Don't worry. I'm a fast reader when it comes to official documents. After all, I have several...
We'll help you read through them. We have nothing else
Disculpen si os voy muy rápido, pero entre que leo rápido y así es más
I
rápido
will
el
continue
juego.
looking through the ones piled up on the desk, but feel free...
Ok. Aquí podemos pillar alguna cosilla.
Have you made any progress?
We skipped through some of them, but there wasn't anything useful. Oh, there's so many documents lying around.
I would love to answer that question, but the truth is if memory serves me right, there should be at least 100,000 cases.
100,000
The
casos,
document-
madre mía.
Whoa, that's a lot.
That might be how it seems from another's perspective, but trials and official duties aren't. There are many documents here. Take a break if you are tired.
You read Paimon.
All right, let us take a break then.
Even though resting is the silence is making
Please pardon my lack of consideration. People rarely come to the Palais Mammonia for matters outside of work. Would you like to have some drinks, perhaps?
Ooh, drinks! Thank you! Paimon wonders what Neuvillete likes to drink. Oh, maybe he
Oh, no.
seems like the type of person who'd own an entire winery.
Ah, pues mira, sí.
What's inside these glasses? It looks just like water.
An astute observation. It is indeed water.
Agua especial a lo mejor.
So it's just plain old...
What did you think it was?
Since you're the...
This water is indeed very special. It would... I believe you've already tried Fonta. In fact, there are many other drink factories in Fontaine. Said water is sourced from all across Teyvat. Here is one of their latest products. Water from Sumeru's Apam. If I were to comment on their mouthfeel... the waters of Cider Lake warm the... Distinct differences exist between the waters of each area.
Really? Let Paimon try!
Entiendo que él las pueda distinguir más seguramente por el tema de que es un dragón y todo el tema.
What do you think?
Nope.
How regrettable. It seems like you still have a lot...
Hey, this doesn't have to do with refining our taste. Paimon's... Oh, could it be because you're the Hydro Dragon?
El rey dragón hidro lo que decía, obviamente.
We are allowed to bring that up, right? Oh, Paimon's been wanting to ask this for ages. Sorry. Paimon was just curious.
There's nothing to hide. I was simply organizing my thoughts. I accepted this position because I wanted to seek out answers to questions that have perplexed...
Questions?
Many, in fact. But the one question that puzzles me the most... In essence, I neither know why I was born in the... I lost many memories from the moment I was born. The primordial sea, for example. I can only vaguely recall its connection to me. Perhaps the elemental dragons of other nations may have some form of an answer. However, they are scattered across all of...
True. Some of them have very...
I have been holding on to these unanswered questions for a
Vaya.
long time.
Pobrecito Neuvillete.
But there is one thing I've discovered along the way. My emotions, my guess would be that there are at least some similarities between humans and myself. By observing their behavior,
Have you made any progress then?
perhaps, but I find such progress difficult to describe. As an outsider, chances to engage in meaning. That's why I'm quite thankful for this chat. Such opportunities are rare.
Are we gonna continue reading these down?
I wasn't able to find any leads even after browsing through most of the documents.
Water? Do you...
That's right. The Fountain of Lucine is where all of Fontaine's waters converge. If there really were an organization attempting to use Melusines against me, they should... Perhaps we'll be able to find some new leads by sensing the hydro...
Interesante.
Why didn't Paimon think of that?
Perhaps we should go. There shouldn't be too many...
Vamos allá.
Monsieur Neuvillete? I probably shouldn't disturb them.
Looks like we got lucky today. There's...
What should we do next? Traveler, can you still hear the voices from the fountain?
Perhaps leave the investigation to me. I need you to take a...
A safe distance? Oh, it's glowing!
Cuando Neuvillete golpea con su bastón, me recuerda a la niñera mágica. La niñera mágica, el personaje de Emma Thompson, cuando hacía magia golpeaba con su bastón. Eso es bastante gracioso. Vale. un recuerdo. ¡Hala! Lo de Carol.
Thank you for bringing us here, Monsieur Neuvillete. The court of Fontaine is truly incredible.
I understand your excitement, but there's no need to thank me. Although I have responded to your wishes, it was not without personal interest. Melusine's special sight make them especially suited for joining the Maréchaussée Phantom.
I know, but I'm really glad to be of help. Not only can I repay you for your kindness,
But a meaningful life also comes with its risk.
it's definitely the safest to just stay in the village. In truth, I've never really understood the purpose of my existence.
Oh.
Or what for almost 20 years. We've stayed in our village without finding...
I understand your confusion. In fact, I feel the same way.
Ay, cosita.
I too came here for an answer to my questions about my own existence.
Really? Could you tell us what we should do to fit in? The truth is, many people threw rocks at us today and told us to go back to our village. It hurt a lot
Ay.
when they hit me in the head.
Logically
triste.
speaking, both time and effort are essential when different species attempt to peacefully coexist. Different identities and ways of thinking all contribute to strengthening the barrier between. There aren't many suggestions I can share, because just like you, I haven't fully integrated into this society.
Oh, I see.
Ay, cómo te entiendo, Neuvillete.
Let's all do
Cómo
our
te
best
entiendo.
then.
Y Carol también.
I'm confident that we'll find the meaning of our existence one.
I believe in you, but you shouldn't lose sight of the difficulties ahead. If you run into any trouble,
Huh? Is he the
yes? Do you have any concern?
that stone-faced human? He didn't even bother to look at...
He is an earnest man. There will be plenty of opportunities to work together in the future.
Vamos a ver.
Hello. Can I help with anything?
Thanks, but no need.
Oh. Hello. I'm Carol. A Melusine.
Get away from here! I'm calling the guards.
Please, calm down. I don't mean to cause any
Ay.
Hard to say.
Yeah, we should probably stay away from these monsters.
Why should we trust this species from who knows where anyway? I can't believe Neuvillete allowed them into...
Exactly. That so-called
Uf,
Chief Justice
esta
even granted them official
historia-
positions. Not only that, but they're now
Qué mala la
responsible.
Go
gente,
away!
tío. Toda esta
Quit
historia.
acting innocent!
I'm not leaving. I won't let you say bad stuff about him. We joined the Maréchaussée Phantom and solved lots and lots.
Solving cases? With Neuvillete in cahoots with you. So tell me, how can you get...
Didn't I tell you before? Don't go advertising if you're not a good talker.
Vautrin?
Aside from spreading unjustified rumors, if you continue insulting members of the Maréchaussée Phantom, there have indeed been an increase in cases recently. Perhaps due to the shifting currents of conspiracy.
Even the captain of the security patrol is on their side. Neuvillette's newly
Mamarracha.
reformed police force...
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
You heard that?
Yeah. I don't understand.
There have been rumors saying that you were born from There are countless negative rumors about you floating around in
Qué
Fontaine.
fuerte, tío.
It's near impossible for you to become a part of this.
Monsieur Neuvillete said that we needed to put both time and effort in. I don't know how long it'll... I still want to try a little harder. Okay, I won't be taking any more of your time. I paint...
Give them to me.
You're not...
We'll hand them out together. The faster we get this done.
Madre mía. No me extraña el final que tuvo Carol. O sea, qué lamentable, tío. Pero lamentable, lamentable. Cha.
Neuvillete.
Medals of Peace, awarded to you. Thank you for your continued dedication in the past 5 years.
I think I'll pass.
Hey, don't say that. We wouldn't have made it. It won't be long before Melusines begin living peacefully with the humans.
Don't keep your hopes up. We've barely...
Ugh, you blockhead! Don't...
Vautrin brings up a good point. The trust humans have placed. Please be on your guard for the...
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Medal of Peace?
Are you sure we should do this? We're no match for Neuvillete, even with all—
Nah, not gonna happen. As long as he remains in his position, there are rules even he must comply with in the political sphere. Unless he wants to become an enemy of— So quit worrying and just go ahead with it. I've already planned out the murder. Once we lay the blame on the Melusines as the person who brought them to the—
I guess you're right. Ugh, if he just let—
Mala gente. Mala gente.
Turn the murderer in!
Melusines can't be trusted! That goes for Neuvillete, too!
Mi madre.
Peaceful coexistence? What a joke. Get out of the court of Fontaine and don't ever come back!
The results of the investigation are in—
Go on.
There is no direct evidence, but reasonable inference indicates that the ones controlling this— They tricked Miss Carroll into going to the crime scene and pressed charges against her. After the guards were stopped by the enraged mob and couldn't enter—
And she called me a blockhead. A little investigation would have cleared things up. Why didn't she wait until we'd established the truth?
Ay, ¿por qué?
This situation had rapidly escalated to a physical altercation between infuriated citizens and the guards. Miss Carroll—
That is indeed some...
Captain Vautrin, should I present these results—
There's no need. Notify the guards to
Restrict access?
There's something I've never told Carol. I had a little sister named... She's just like Carol in every possible way. Innocent, kind, always believing the best of people. From the moment I met Carol, I knew that she'd be easily manipulated by others.
Looks like she was unfazed.
Yes. In fact, some of her spirit I should have known. Those cowards don't have the guts to confront Neuvillete. They even avoided causing trouble for me. They were after Carol all along.
Claro, fueron a por el eslabón más débil. Me cago en todo.
Can you understand how I feel? Right now.
I understand, but I'm certain Monsieur Neuvillete wouldn't accept that as a—
That's exactly why we need to keep this a secret. Give me the list of suspects. I will take responsibility for everything.
Vaya, vaya.
Did you know? They're hearing a major case today, and the criminal is Captain Vautrin. Apparently, he resorted to personal measures to seek revenge for Carol, and so I'm thinking...
We should try our best to bail him out when the
Bail him out? Why?
Shh, keep it down! Haven't you realized? Both Vautrin and Carol are Neuvillette's most trusted. Besides, now that the old regime has been uprooted, Neuvillette's status is secure as can be.
Vautrin sought vengeance for his friend for a valid cause. This represents the justice. Please, think about it. If the same thing had happened to you, wouldn't you feel the same way he did? Yeah, that's right!
This whole thing started because of those despicable cowards who levied false accusations against Carol.
Monsieur Neuvillete.
Mr. Vautrin is innocent! He's innocent!
Order! I acknowledge your arguments. Fortran, I understand your decision. Which is why personal justice does not equate to justice as defined by the law. To execute your plan for revenge, you abuse. Therefore...
What? That can't be! Monsieur Neuvillete, please give this a little more thought.
Fortran...
Neuvillete, what have I done to deserve this? I've closely followed every one of your orders. Can't you see? Everyone in this room believes that I'm innocent. Is this what justice means to you? Answer me, Neuvillete!
Order. Since there have been no further objections, according to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique de...
Goodbye, Monsieur Neuvillete.
This all happened because of Carol's naive...
How can different species...
Acá hay algo que no me termina de...
Hey, stop spacing out! What's wrong? Are you not feeling well?
Apologies, it seems like my memories got the... I tried my best to suppress the power of Hydro within myself, but it seemed due to my negligence. The overflow of emotions and memories must have...
Wow. The Hydro Dragon is... Anyways, the last time we came here, the...
It is as you said. This might be because It is not only the fountain. I can sense emotions from all waters in Fontaine. Rivers...
That sounds odd.
But I rarely ever do anything like this. Emotions carried by water are always chaotic and disconnect. Which ones? It's fine. I prefer not to speak of those memories. It was a coincidence, but perhaps it... You should now understand why I believe there to be a conspiracy behind all this.
Don't leave Paimon out of the conversation.
Then let us get back to the point. While I was investigating the fountain, I did not sense too much hatred towards me within its accumulated I don't know what caused this to happen, but... However, I did find some resentment directed towards Kiara.
Oh! Didn't we read about that?
You've read about it. In that case, the
Huh? What are you doing
Nadia.
here? I was just about to look...
Navia! Nice to see you again!
I've heard some things. But rumors are abroad that someone's scheming against... So I told the Spina di Rosula to keep an eye out for leads. We've had unfamiliar faces...
Thank you. Where did you hear about all this?
The Chief Justice out on investigation, accompanied by the Traveler from afar. You talked to Kiara, but didn't ask her to keep things secret. People curious to know,
So that's what Charlotte...
Indeed. I did not expect that this could be kept hidden for...
You know, anyway, any progress...
The suspects who threatened Kiara might have to do with a certain smuggling case. We are planning to return to the Palais Marmonia to...
All right, then I'll round up the Spina di Rosula and wait for my word. Ta-ta!
Qué buenas, Nadia.
Neuvillete, do you think there'll be a...
I have already considered that possibility, and I do not think that there will be any. What is more important is how the case is perceived by the public. 400 years ago, I hope the same won't happen again.
Strange. What are these people doing out on the streets so late at night? Did something happen? Let's take a look around.
Have you heard? Someone's plotting against Amelazine. This is 100% the truth. Even the Chief Justice...
What? That's it! Who's been threatening Melis?
Our enemies are lurking in the shadows and won't easily reveal themselves. But no...
That's exactly what I wanted to say. The guards have already begun to take action. Think about how much we owe them.
Everyone, please stay alert to your surroundings from now on. If you see any suspicious persons, report them to the guards immediately.
It feels like you've been following me this whole time. Did something...
We were informed that. Nope. We just finished.
Have you had dinner yet? Why don't we check out the new...
This isn't a good time to be out and about. Come on. Don't act tough. All right.
You shouldn't ever skip meals. Especially if you have not...
Están acompañando a las melusinas, a cualquiera.
This is the perfect chance to get promoted.
Seriously? Were you planning to shirk your...
Relax, I was just playing. We've worked together for years.
That's more like it. We should stand guard.
Cómo han cambiado las cosas, ¿eh? De odiarlas a ahora querer protegerlas a toda costa.
Have you heard? Even the special patrol came to help. Shh, look.
Looks like there's nothing to worry about.
This is truly wonderful.
So, wanna...
No, I should stay where I am. Let us stick to our plan and return to the path. The smuggling case was solved by the joint forces of the guards and the list of involved suspects should be... Ah!
What does it say?
The principal offenders Domenico, Inica, Yuna, and others have been caught. Those with close connections or mutual interests with the offenders but who did not participate. Among them, surveillance of Essin has ceased on account of his good behavior. All other persons...
So many names.
Yes, there is something suspicious about Essin, to be precise. It seems like he's closely related to the core members of the smuggling case.
Monsieur Neuvillete, someone claiming to be from the Spina de Rasula, he said, and I quote, "We have located the suspect."
Oh, en el café, tan campante.
How do you find them so quickly? We've only just figured...
I too am perplexed.
Vamos al café. ¿Cuánta people?
Hey, Navia, we're here! Whoa. Check out all these people.
These are the people who have had recent dealings at the Marechaussee Phantom. They're usually hidden in the Fleuve Zandre.
Invite them over.
Exactly. Now, I heard there's great coffee here. And
yeah, it's our pleasure to be guests.
I've wanted to have a meetup like this.
But... Oh, well. Let's...
Yes, that's me.
Por la cara.
You're Essin?
Yes.
Did you write that threatening letter to Kiara?
I did, but I was just following
orders from whom?
Domenico. He was my boss. I couldn't disobey his order.
Domenico. Where is he now?
The fortress of Meropide.
Well, I'm afraid he... Looks like you'll have to make the trip yourself.
You've done more than enough.
Leave the formalities for later. You should find Domenico first, if he really is the one setting up the conspiracy.
All right, then. Let's head to the fortress right now.
Otra vez a Puerto Meropide. Vamos a la oficina del duque.
Welcome to the Fortress of Meropide, dear esteemed guests.
We're back! Oh, and a greeting from none other than the Duke.
This isn't anything new. I figured you had important matters to discuss. Let's assume we've gone through the pleasantries and cut right to the chase. I do remember a thing or two about Domenico.
Who does this guy think he is?
He once attempted to, I said, meaning that it was over before it even started. And to be honest, Domenico doesn't seem like much of a conspirator. The fact that the three of you bothered to
He's got the same concerns we do.
I am concerned about this incident because something similar has occurred in the past.
That's an easy one. Let me think. I think...
Did I hear someone say Melusine? What happened? Sijuin! Yeah, and we're investigating. Really?
There's no need to worry. Clarande is protecting her.
Well, that's great. But if the criminal's still...
Ah, head nurse. Do you...
Wriothesley.
Okay, I get it. I'll bring Domenico to you.
Think of it as more of a humble request. Thanks for the trouble. Consider me in your debt.
Whoa! If Paimon were the Duke, Paimon...
Well, were I still a criminal, I'd probably ask for a lighter sentence. But enough jokes. I'll look for Domenico and make yourselves at home. Our dear head nurse has mentioned you quite a few times, so I'm sure...
Please come with me to the infirmary. And watch your step.
Ahí, más arriba. Estoy... Tanto perdida. Estoy bien ya. Aquí. Nunca me aclaro bien con las alturas aquí.
To Neuvillete? Now that I think about it, I can leave this place soon. Huh?
Please rest here for a moment. Oh, and would anyone like anything to drink? Paimon's not that thirsty. Thirst is a warning sign that you're dehydrated, which means you have to drink up even... I'll bring you some tea. I'm sure you'll... Typical Sijuin. Why aren't you two saying anything?
You noticed them too. The badges they wore on their chest.
Familiar?
No me fijé. F.
But if both of you say so, let's go ask them about it.
That's not a bad idea.
A ver, a los que escuché hablar antes.
Anything you need? Oh, this? Are you...
What's that?
We have a very long history, going back as far as 400 years ago. We have never had many members throughout our history, nor helping each other is our purpose.
Sounds like a pretty neat
All we want is to defend ourselves. None of us have ever... But people won't give us a...
Ok. A ver si tienen algún trapo sucio.
Interested in joining the mutual aid network? If you'd like to learn more, here's our
Ayudarse mutuamente ante la adversidad, hacer todo lo posible para hacer justicia, no odiar a un juicio justo. Los tres principios de la red de ayuda mutua. Vale, vale, vale. Vale.
Our slogan may have evolved over the
Parece que pinta bien, pero...
You two look kind of familiar. It's the symbol of the mutual aid net. From what I've heard, it's based on something called a Medal of Peace. I've never seen one of those medals. The first president of our network was an amazing person. Powerful as all of us have a...
We should have gathered enough information. Let's head back and talk to Neuvillete.
Did you manage to gather any intel?
The people who wore the badges, according to them, the badge's design was inspired...
I personally crafted 2 of them myself. Carol's medal was destroyed in a fire.
Oh, so the network was in... Monsieur Neuvillete, His Grace has requested your presence in his...
All right.
Allow me to introduce this fine gentleman. Why don't you explain everything to him?
Neuvillete? What do you want? What are you gonna do? Kill me?
Calm down. I merely want to ask you a few questions. Was it your idea to send that letter? Essin has already confessed, so there...
That idiot! I can't believe I trusted him.
Let me ask this another way. It was...
Yes.
Who is pulling your string?
What? You're not trying to frame me for some...
It's best if you realize the gravity of your situation. I assume your previous attempt to incite unrest at the fortress...
I admit I acted on impulse.
I can do that.
You see, we're all reasonable people.
I only intended to do some small business at first. Someone contacted me about delivering some... After making a few trips, I was suddenly approached by the Maréchaussée Phantom. They accused me of smuggling, but I refused to accept any of that. The ignorant can be rightfully absolved from guilt, right? Well, I suspect that someone...
And then you decided to take revenge on the Melazines?
My initial target was Neuvillete. Everyone in the fortress of Meropide was declared guilty by him after all. But for some reason, no one wanted to team up with me. In the end, I had to redirect my focus onto Melazines to salvage things. I recall that Chiara was the one who confiscated my goods for inspection. So but the letter was in fact addressed to Essa. I requested that he write...
Am I to assume that the claims you've made are your own?
No.
Is it true that all members involved in the smuggling...
Yes.
Sigewinne, please take him back to the detention center. I'll deal with him later. So, Monsieur Neuvillete, you were concerned that the...
Yes. I experienced a similar incident in the past.
And how long ago was this incident?
More than 400 years.
You might be overthinking this. Time can change a lot of things.
What do you mean?
400 years ago, you and the Melazines you brought to Fontaine were the outliers in society. But in the present day, if someone were to threaten the safety of the Melazines, people...
That's right! We saw lots of people standing up for Melazines on a...
Monsieur Neuvillete, the Melazines are a species you introduced to Fontaine. How the public treats them is also reflect. When people refused to place their trust in Melazines, it was because they were still on the fence about you, their unfamiliar Chief Justice. For almost 500 years, you've conducted every trial with impartiality. You made the right judgment. People no longer have any reservations about you. Right now, your every decision will impact all of Fontaine.
Paimon gets it now. No wonder no one wanted to join forces.
I am undeserving of such high compliments. From my perspective, I have simply been fulfilling my duties.
Ay, Neuvillete, qué mono eres, de verdad.
It isn't anything special or worthy of praise. It is unnecessary to hold me in such high regard. The complexity of human emotions and willpower...
There's no need to be so modest. The current state of... You're no longer that outsider you were before. Even if you wish to investigate something...
I must say that you've made a fair point. Thank you for clearing my doubts. Now that the case has been settled, I should get going.
Huh? You're leaving?
And so soon, too? Why not stay?
Thank you for the offer, but I know how this place works. While some are here to redeem themselves, there will inevitably be those who... The less time I spend here, the better. My presence could very well
In that case, I'll have to insist.
Please, go ahead.
The first is about the guard who helped Domenico send...
I know of what you speak. The guard was indeed deployed from the Palais Memoria's staff. However, as I mentioned earlier,
Well, that makes things a lot easier. Hey now, don't let your imagination run wild. Those from up there have a tendency to sympathize with others. I'll have a chat with the guard and remind him to take precautions.
I see no issues with that.
Great! That's one thing out of the way.
The other thing was born from my own sense of curiosity. Now...
Yep. Neuvillete thought they're bad.
I noticed the small gang as well when I first took over the fort. I've looked into their founder, Vautrin, who once stood trial and was sent. According to existing documentation, Vautrin remained disciplined through... In other words, how he presented himself in prison was very...
What? During his trial, I could sense that his feelings were complicated.
Perhaps he had been putting on an act.
An act?
Neuvillete and Vautrin had a close relationship as superior and subordinate. The more resentment he displayed, the clearer it would be to those who had been sitting on the fence. Vautrin. That's all from me.
Decía yo que no había como gato encerrado.
I don't have anything to say. Well then, let us head back.
Qué bueno es el duque.
Take care.
That trial is something I rarely bring up in conversation, but I have always felt deep regret for what happened to both Carol and Vautrin. The words he spoke in court often replay in my mind, as if urging me on to do something.
But Risley said he never resented you, right? Isn't that a good thing?
I believe I now understand what he wanted to tell me. I feel conflicted about those words. How should I describe it? Surprise, relief, fear, and regret. But this blend of emotions has led me to finally understand some things. I would like to hear your thoughts too. What do you think of me?
Paimon agrees with everything Risley said. As Chief Justice, every single one of your trials makes an hey! Any comments?
What I really think is every trial you've ever judged has left its impression on you. And...
That is indeed a reasonable... As I said, I find it difficult to express my emotions because I cannot fully understand myself. But I trust your judgment. Since some time ago, I have begun... These changes were not due to any specific occurrence, but... I will try to contemplate this further. Thank you both.
Oh... Huh? It's raining!
Oh, cinemática.
Paimon forgot to bring an umbrella! Come on, let's hurry before it rains harder!
It's raining again? I've had enough of this weather.
There go my travel plans.
Did you read the news this morning? Quick, put away everything on the clothesline.
When is this rain going to stop?
Hydro Dragon, don't cry!
They're planning to reanimate the monster. We have to report this to the Chief Justice.
The Fortress of Maripede. It's a good place for me.
He owes me so many answers.
Neuvillete? You
could say he's the real symbol of Fontaine's justice.
Watch him closely. He could be trouble.
How can two completely different species possibly coexist?
Who's been threatening Melusines? Show yourself!
You will see much in the human world, from the delightful to the depressing. And one day, when you have dwelt among humanity long enough, you will be placed to bring judgment over all as a spokesperson for Fontaine's past.
Good morning, Monsieur Neuvillete! The rainy season's almost over! The skies are supposed to clear in a few days!
I hope you find time to enjoy the sunny days ahead.
Oh, cosita. Me encanta. Creo que de mis personajes favoritos, sin duda.
Is the matter resolved?
Yep, we found the person who sent that threatening letter. Risley said he'd keep a close eye on him.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Sorry for dragging you all into this.
There's no need to apologize.
Yeah, you didn't drag us in. We got involved of our...
by the way, we're...
At the Palais Marmonia. More than 50 people. I was worried that the excess of protection would make her feel...
Well, now it looks like the dust has... to celebrate this joyous occasion. That's not how you celebrate...
I will consider it.
Really?
Of course. My schedule is full for the following weeks, but I should be available. Come up with questions during the intervening days, and I will...
Aww.
Yes!
Charlotte está emocionada.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must head back to the Palais and issue a communique to publicize our investigation. I hope it will assuage the concerns of all. Kiara?
Monsieur Ne...
It's quite all right. I'm here to tell you that we have caught the sender of that threatening...
Thank you, Monsieur. And thank you too, Traveler and Big Sis Paimon. Everyone's been so nice to me.
Cosita.
Do you remember Domenico? He was the sender of that letter.
Let me think. I can't remember. By the way, I saw Carol in my dreams just now. In my dream, she looked really happy. She held my hand and said, Kiara. I can't remember what our dreams were anymore.
Oh.
I can sense your joy. It is indeed a delightful moment.
Monsieur Neuvillete. Oh, I almost forgot. I promised to model for A.
Of course. Off you go.
See you next time, Monsieur. Traveler.
See you next time.
Pues vaya, ya hemos terminado. Qué cosa, ¿eh?
I once thought that time was of no consequence to me. Distance yourself from others and stay focused on your work. A few years or a few hundred, it's all the same. But after all this, I've realized that perhaps this way of thinking is fundamentally flawed. The passing of time has its own consequences. The answer that I've been searching for amongst all those lies.
Qué grande eres, Neuvillete. De verdad que sí. Pues bueno, gente, hemos terminado oficialmente la historia de Neuvillete. Ha sido muy bonita, la verdad que, a ver, en sí no es nada espectacular ni nada porque es una historia más introspectiva, más íntima de algo que le ocurrió a Neuvillete cuando llegó a Fontaine. La verdad que fue una historia muy triste y dramática y horrible, la verdad, pero nos ha permitido conocer mejor a Neuvillete un poco más. Esa sensación de no encajar, porque claro, no es un humano, es un dragón. Y cómo ha tenido que adaptarse durante siglos y siglos a la vida humana y cómo eso también le ha afectado a él, ¿no? Al principio no lo entendía, sigue sin entenderlo, pero por lo menos ya lo acepta, por decirlo de alguna forma, ¿no? Así que muy bien, me ha gustado mucho, ha sido intenso y me ha encantado conocer algo más de Neuvillete y me encanta como personaje. Sin duda es de mis favoritos de todos los que nos han presentado Genshin Impact. Así que bueno, que muy bien, muy contenta la verdad con el resultado. Así que nada, quedaría el Duque y Furina oficialmente. Así que bueno, lo vamos a dejar aquí. Así que nada, muchísimas gracias por acompañarme en este gameplay y nos vemos en el próximo.